Fingered,
a game created by Edmund McMillan, the same guy who created Super Meat Boy and The Binding of Isaac, plus its remake, The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Edmund makes very strange games. They're often mechanically sound though. They usually take a lot of inspiration from other genres and innovate on them in unique ways. But Fingered, I don't know, nothing else really comes to mind. A mystery game? Not really that. I have no idea. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it, so I'm just gonna start talking about it. First off, you can only play the game in windowed mode, or at least I only could. It didn't seem like there was any more resolution options, which was also kind of the case for the first Binding of Isaac game, because you could do it in full screen, but it was really the same size. Also, every now and again, the UI would sort of mess up during the gameplay. It happened semi-regularly. It happened during my couple hours playing the game, which was much longer than I thought I would spend playing it. I had maybe 3 times when the UI started to go a little weird. Other than that, I didn't have any other issues in terms of the performance. And the game, I'm not 100% sure because I don't know a whole lot about this, but it looks like it was made in Flash. At any rate, it's not very pretty, though I don't think it's trying to be particularly pretty. I don't know. There's a lot of emphasis on the design of the characters, and much of that is actually tied in directly with the mechanics of the game, which is pretty cool because the object of the game is to pick out the guy who did it from a line of dudes, and you're given hints by a character, and there's a new character every day, and every single day you pick out a dude and you put him in the electric chair. I mean, that's called fingering them, apparently. Well, I mean, fingered probably refers to pointing to them and accusing them of committing the crime. The hints are clever. They're designed specifically to throw you off a lot of the time as you get later into the days. One of my favorite ones actually was from Bigot Barney, and his tagline was that he's racist. And one of the hints that he gives you is that this is not someone that I would hate, so someone white. There's also one of the hint givers who gives the hint the opposite way round than what he means. So if he says, oh, they were definitely tall, he means they were actually short. And there's paranoid people who are scared that someone's chasing after them, so you only have a certain amount of time to pick the guilty dude. Weirdly enough, I actually felt that pull to come back to it. Not quite as strong as something like The Binding of Isaac, but I did feel like I wanted to keep playing after I finished, because I wanted to go further and further, because every time you die, you go right back to the start of the game, you go back to day 1, and the characters are always the same each day, but the guilty dude is always randomly generated and the hints are randomly generated, but the hints also correlate with the character that's giving them at the same time. I never completed the game because, unfortunately, most of it is based completely on luck. There are a lot of times when there'd be 2 guys there who both fit all of the hint descriptions, and I just would have to guess, and I'd get it wrong, and I think you can only get it wrong twice. Although, once or twice, I think I got it wrong once, and then got sent back to the start. And after you get to a certain point, it definitely becomes repetitive. I couldn't imagine playing it longer than 2 hours, though I think a lot of the value comes from sort of the flavor. I mean, it has a hilarious premise, and the theme is just crazy. And the newspapers and the dialogue and the writing in general is all really funny. And it's just under $2, so, I mean, it's worth it, in my opinion, if you're okay with spending £1 an hour of entertainment, because like I said, 2 hours is about the max you'll get out of this. It's an interesting experience, a very Edmund experience. Anyway, see ya.